then what? That's the real question you should be asking yourself. Everybody can go on a diet and lose some weight. That's not the biggest issue in society right now. Losing the weight and keeping it off is the biggest struggle everybody has. It's really easy to build up some motivation and some willpower for some social event, a wedding, an engagement, summer coming around for a beach body, and shed a few kilos. What's really hard is keeping those kilos off. That's the real problem everybody has right now. So the real issue is the rebound, or what happens soon as you finish your diet or as soon as that event happens. Because most people can go on this strict the rebound, or what happens after your diet ends or you get to your desired goal. That's what really matters, because so many people jump on these strict dietary protocols, lose lots of weight, but soon as they reach their goal or the social event is over, they blow back out even bigger than before because they're damaging their metabolism. The rebound effect after you diet is what really matters. You ruined your metabolism because you're going through constant periods of restricting diet, then blowing back out and eating tons of food. Studies have shown that yo-yo dieting actually causes more fat gain than just consistent overeating. Now, this is due to the metabolic damage you create by constantly dieting. Remember that a diet is essentially slowly starving to death. So your body's gonna lower your metabolic rate in order to try and sustain life. Then if you keep blowing out and eating ridiculously high levels above this, it means there's a much larger gap between your body's metabolism, the amount of food you're eating, which means much more fat is gained. Whereas constant overeating, at least your metabolism's constantly adjusting to higher and higher levels of food, that if you're eating a really high intake of food, at least your metabolism is relatively high in comparison to it. Whereas if you keep dropping down really low and your body adjusts to it and you still go back to eating really high levels up here, there's a giant gap between where your metabolism is and the amount of food you're eating, and you gain even more fat than if you just didn't even try dieting and just overate. That's the real big issue right now, is people aren't thinking about what happens after the diet ends, and they're picking dietary protocols that they know are not going to be sustainable 6 or 12 months down the line, but they choose to do them anyway because they're only focusing on getting those results. And their problem is they don't even reach their initial goal. Say they want to lose 12 kilos. They go on such a strict dietary protocol that they lose, say, 5 or 6 kilos, they hit a wall and they can't get any further because they just went too strict and their body's adjusted to it. You have to remember that the key is to diet as slow and sustainable as possible. That is how you're going to see the best results. That's how your body is not going to fight back at you as hard because you're not causing such a large caloric deficit. Now, we need to create a caloric deficit to lose weight, but the larger that caloric deficit, the harder your body fights back against you. So today, I just want you to really think about the then what of the dietary protocol of what you're choosing to do. Are you going to be able to go back to a sustainable approach after you do this dietary protocol? If it's something that's so strict and so different from the diet you're doing now, what are you going to do when you finish that dietary protocol? Well, if you want to learn more about the smartest thing you can do, I've got a reverse dieting video that should be up very shortly, so keep your eyes out for it. I'm going to explain how you can slowly introduce foods and calories back into your diet so that you can get back to eating a decent amount of food where you're actually full and satisfied while still keeping all the results of your diet. Because nobody likes losing all that weight, looking amazing, and then going back to where you were before. So that's where reverse dieting comes into it, guys. So keep your eyes peeled for that video. Make sure you like and subscribe. So as soon as that video is up, you're gonna know and you're gonna see it. So see you in that video.